My brother had to get some stuff out of my room. There's this guy coming into my chat saying, "Are you a good boy?" What kind of question is that? Was that even on the screen at the time? That was a good movie. This guy says he thinks he didn't know they were siblings. I don't know. Does it say that in the film? Anyway, that was a good movie. 9 out of 5. 9 out of 10. I feel like prisoners literally get more services than I have in my life currently. It sucks. Sucks being a male who can't do anything. It's like your worth as a male is tied heavily to what you can do, your capabilities. If you can't do much or anything, or much of anything, then you're basically seen as worthless. That's true. I'm never gonna get a girlfriend, bro. It's not gonna happen. Everything I watch, all the media. The guys have girlfriends, they have romantic relationships, they have interactions with women their age. I don't have any of these things. None. Zero. It's hell. It's hell. When I was in school, I had interactions with girls my age. A lot of them I liked. As, you know, they were likable. And I had, like, semi-relationship things going on sometimes. Didn't all work out that well, but I had something. I had opportunity. There was potential there. Now I've got nothing. I've got actually fucking nothing, and I've had nothing for 7 years. This is worse than prison, bro. It's worse than prison. I wish I were healthy and in prison. At least it would have an end date, and it's not as bad. And you have a chance. I've got no chance. I've got nothing. Literally, a prisoner can... you can get out of prison, you can go and walk, right? You say, oh, but they don't hire prisoners. Some people do. Yeah, at least you have the ability. I don't. Your worth as a male is tied very heavily to what can you do, what you can do, your capabilities. That's your value as a male. It's not the same for women. Women don't have to be able to do things to be considered valuable. They have an inherent value that comes from being female. Men don't have that. A male is only worth as much as he can provide, as much as he can produce and provide. And I can't produce anything, and I can't provide anything. I can't do any of that. So hopeless, bro. And like I have like high standards and stuff, but even if I lower them, I got no chance anyway. Like I still don't have a chance. I can't do anything. I can't get anything. I can't make anything happen. No one listens to me. I've got no leverage. What am I supposed to do? I hate life. I hate being alive. It's painful. It never ends, and it never gets better. Everything just reinforces how shitty my situation is. It's never gonna get better because the things which make it bad now are never going to change and they'll never end. That's what I know for certain. It's never going to get better because it's certain that the things which make it bad now are never going to change. You say, oh, you can get a girl. I actually can't. I can't even meet a girl. I can't even meet a girl, okay? You're telling me I can get one. I can't even meet one. I hate Western women anyway. Not just Western. It's white women are awful. And they are by far the majority. They make up like more than 70% in this city. I don't like them. They're not good people. They have terrible culture. And I'm talking from experience. They're not good people. They're all mentally ill. In the worst kind of ways. In the narcissistic and manipulative and harmful kind of ways. Doesn't matter anyway. Again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what standard I have. None of them are ever going to be interested in the first place. Why would you want to be with a guy who can't do anything? Who has chronic illness and is debilitated all the time? No one wants that. No one wants that. I hate this stupid life. I want to be dead. I don't want to keep living. I'm so sick of being alive. I get these constant reminders and it's just more pain on top of it. Pain that never ends. And they sell this stupid bullshit like, oh, you're not entitled to a relationship. You can't make someone be with you. The only reason people are with other people in the first place is because most of the men can provide for their partners. That's the only reason. Am I wrong to point that out? To point out that these relationships are totally transactional. Totally transactional. It's not true love. Love isn't even... I don't even think love is a real thing in terms of it, you know, sustaining people through hardships. I don't think it does that a lot. I don't think it does that. I think people get into relationships because they think they can get something out of it, and it's a transactional thing. You give me this, I'll give you that. The thing is, I can't provide a woman that I'd be interested in, or any person in general. This is why I've got no friends. I can't provide people with anything. I can't provide anything that people actually want. I can't provide them with anything. I'm an extremely undesirable person because of sickness that I don't choose, that's forced on me. And all of the rest of it, the results from that. It'll never get better. I know it'll never get better. And I live in a country where I hate the majority of people. They're terrible people. I hate their culture. I hate the way they are. I don't like them. I think they're awful people. I live in a country where that's the reality. I wish I lived in Asia, and I don't. I don't. I like the women from East Asia. They're a lot nicer. Seriously, I don't like white women, and the white women are the vast majority here. Doesn't matter anyway. None of this matters because I'll never meet anyone. I don't meet anyone. Tell me how I'm going to meet someone when I don't even go anywhere because I can't drive. And you say even if I do meet someone, even if I meet someone, they're interested. That never happens. But say it does. What are we gonna do together? Are they gonna be understanding? No, they're not. They're not gonna be understanding. They're gonna go, oh, this is boring. This guy doesn't do anything. This guy, he doesn't want to do anything because he's got chronic illness and he can't. What kind of life is that for her? She's gonna say, oh, I don't want this. And she's gonna move on and find someone who can actually give her a life, you know? Something to live for. Instead of being with someone who struggles every fucking day for reasons which will never change. There is no treatment. There never will be. I don't think in my lifetime, I don't expect there to be a treatment. Maybe a diagnostic test, but it makes no difference if there's a diagnostic test or not. Because unless treatment follows, it doesn't really matter. Your life won't change at all. It won't change at all. Seriously. I'm not even going to talk about that because I've said it a million times. It's not worth talking about. I'll never get into a relationship and it's never going to happen now. You know, I went to conservative schools where it wasn't allowed. Now that I'm out, ever since I've been out, because I got sick in my final year, I've had zero opportunities. Zero realistic opportunities. This is junk. I like the girl in Old Boy. She was nice. It's unfortunate that it turned out to be his daughter, but you know, aside from that, it doesn't seem so bad. I was gonna go for a walk, but it's not worth it. Twist didn't really have the effect on me because I already knew it was coming. That's unfortunate. Who would want to be in a relationship with a male with ME/CFS? No one. No one does. No one does. No one does. Absolutely nobody. You're gonna fall in love? No, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna fall in love even if you find someone who is, like, willing to put up with you. It'll never be an equal relationship. It'll never happen. You'll never be equals. You'll always be inferior. As you're inferior to literally everyone else anyway. That's how friendships go. That's how every friendship I've been in since being sick is gone. The only people I've ever felt equal toward are the ones who knew me before I got sick. Which, most of those collapsed and ended up not feeling equal anyway. And you just not. By every fucking standard that society has, you not equal. You're always inferior, always was. That never changes. Can't even remember what I just said. I had a relationship that I liked. It wasn't formalized, but I had a like situation which I thought was really good. All I struggled with at the time was anxiety, social anxiety, public speaking anxiety. That was it. It's all I struggled with. People would say, like, oh, bad, like, last fucking option is, like, be a passport bro or something. That doesn't work for me though, because I don't make money. I don't make money. I can't give them what I don't have. Even if I can fly over there somehow, right? Even if you take the like the worst fucking option, which is basically exploitation. It's not as if all relationships are like that anyway, but people act like, oh, but you like it's unbalanced. If I'm inferior to basically everyone in this country, how and why would I date someone from here? It's not even possible. I can't even get a relationship because I'm inferior to literally everyone and I don't have anything that anyone wants. That's not some, like, depressive, oh, you just depressed and this is, like, delusional thinking. That's material reality. Material reality is I don't have anything that people want. I can't do anything and I can't provide anything to trade, you know? I've got nothing. I've got literally nothing. All I can do is sit in my room all day. Half the time I'm lying in bed. That's all I can do. Go on the computer, lie in bed. One in every couple of days I go for a walk. That's my entire life. Because of sickness. Which I can't improve. I can't treat it. It'll never get better. It's going to be this way forever. Even if it gets slightly better, I'll always be severely inferior. Always severely worse. Severely not desirable. You have to be desirable for people to want to be in a relationship with you. I am extremely undesirable. Extremely undesirable. Once people get to know me and see what my life is like, everyone leaves. Everyone leaves. I've got no friends. I don't even have friends, let alone relationship. I can't even make friends. They only end up making friends with the worst kind of people who will settle for anything. Right? And I don't like it, so I cut them off. I cut them off because they're bad people. I'm only able to make friends with and attract bad people. Ever. The only friends I've made since getting sick have been bad people. And I've had to cut off a bunch of bad friends. And then the only good friend I've had doesn't message me, hasn't talked to me in years. He's one of these guys who never message you unless you message them first. He hadn't messaged me in years, so I didn't message him back either. Because what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say to people? You know? What do I say? Oh yeah, I'm doing nothing. I'm still sick. Life's worse. I don't have anything to provide people with. God, I wish it was dead. It'd be so much easier. What's the point of this stupid life? It has no point. There's no point. There's no meaning to it. It's just pain and suffering every single day with no end. What kind of life is this? People say like, oh, you should be glad that you're not like in prison getting raped every day. You know, like I should be happy because what difference does it make? Well, honestly, what difference does it make? Doesn't make any difference at all. Literally what difference does it make? I hate life. It's not like narrative at all. Narrative, even the worst narratives are idealized versions of reality. They're not real. Everything in fiction is so stylized and unrealistic. Real life is pain and suffering that never ends. You don't get revenge. It just goes on and on and on, and it never ends, and it never gets better. And it's painful constantly. You suffer all the time. Never changes. Never gets better. Sometimes it gets worse. Like it's gotten worse over the last couple of months. What would make my life better? Having a girlfriend, having friends, one day having kids. That's all I want. I don't want anything else. I don't need anything else. That's the bare minimum. If I can't have that, I've got nothing to live for. And I don't have it, and I have nothing to live for. Right? That's life. That's reality. Point of life is girlfriend, so romantic relationship, sexual relationship, friendships, children. That's the point of being alive. That is the only thing that matters to me. If I can't have any of those things ever, it's looking like ever because I've got no chance. Yeah, I might as well kill myself because if that never happens, I would rather not have been born in the first place. That's all that matters to me. Why even be born if you can't have a relationship, have kids, have friends? Even friends. I don't really want friends because I don't have good friendships. I used to. And they all fell through and collapsed on me. I don't know good people. I can't rely on people being good, so I can't be bothered with making friends. Most people are bad people. That's my experience. So many things I would change. So many things. None of which I'm able to. None of which I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. It doesn't change anything. Nothing changes. No matter what amount of effort I put in, no matter what I do, it never changes. It's always the same. It's always the same end result, which is that nothing changes or it gets worse. No matter what I do, everything is like this. Everything in my fucking life is like you can't change it. You can only make it worse. And it never gets better no matter how hard you try it, no matter what you do, no matter how many different times, different ways you try to do it, it never improves. That's my experience with basically everything. Everything that matters. Sickness never gets better. I try to get a girlfriend. It's impossible. I try to make friends. They end up being abusive. They're all always abusive. Because they don't take me seriously. They think I'm just a loser, and I'm a loser by choice. Not because it's the life I'm forced to live. What am I living for? Nothing. Nothing. I'm not living for anything. I just continue to wake up every fucking morning and it's like, oh, I gotta do another day, and another day, and another day. I have all these reminders of the things that I want to have that I don't have, that I can't have, that I'll probably never have, right? I hate this stupid life. It's like, why do I have to keep going on? Going on for what? No one cares. No one gives a shit. No one supports me. At all. I live for nothing and for no one. I have nothing and I have no one. What's the point of it? I should just kill myself, and I wish that I would, so I wouldn't have to keep enduring this shit. I wish I would just kill myself and I would die, so I wouldn't have to live through this bullshit endlessly. It never changes. It never ever changes. In any positive way, it never improves. Not even by like 5%. Which wouldn't be enough anyway. It needs to improve by it's so bad that a minor improvement is basically no improvement at all. It's the same thing because it changes things so little. I don't know, you say like, oh, 5%. What is 5%? There is no 5%. It either improves things enough or it doesn't, and nothing does. hate this stupid life and I wish it would end. But it never does. Never does. Never does. Forced to endure it. I hate this stupid fucking life and I wish it would end. I hate this life. Nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. Nobody cares. Why do I do anything? I don't know. I'll never have the things I want. And stupid ass ChatGPT says, oh, when you're stressed, it flattens everything. Everything is flat. It's not some psychological fucking bullshit. It is flat. Everything is flat. It's constant decline all the time. Nothing gets better. The things I want never improve. They never improve. They never get better. They never change. They sometimes get worse, and they don't get better. I have nothing. I have nothing. Nothing I have is what I want. I don't want things that are extremely unreasonable for the average person. All I want is a relationship and to have kids one day. I don't even need friends. I don't even need or necessarily want friends. Because they're unreliable anyway. This is the only thing I can fucking think of, point out, is that people are unreliable. Most people are unreliable. You can't rely on them. When you actually need them for something, they'll fall through. It's guaranteed. I've never had friends that haven't fallen through. I'm sick of this shit. I hate this stupid fucking life. Wish I were dead. I hate being alive. I don't want to play anything. I say, every day I say it now. Everything I do reminds me of inadequacies. Everything I do, every fucking piece of media, the guy's got a girl, he's got a love interest. Every fucking piece of media. Every fucking piece of media says men are only valuable when they can physically do stuff. Or if they've physically done stuff in the past. Every piece of media says that. Every fucking piece of media. The alternative doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I wish I were dead. I hate being alive. No one cares. No one listens. No one watches my stream. No one listens. I post on Twitter, on X, and it gets censored because they don't want people to post about that stuff. They don't care. They don't want people to post about it. So no one hears it. I tell the psychiatrist, and they basically tell me to just fucking suck it up, because they're not going to do anything for me. They're not going to do anything. They're not even going to get me off of this harmful medication that they've got me on. They won't even do that. They're not going to do anything. They reduce the dose by so little, it's not even as low as it was when I was already having bad side effects. An acceptable dose is 0. I want to fucking die, and soon I'm going to kill myself because life isn't getting better and it's not going to. And that'll be the end of it. Finally. It'll finally end. I'll finally be dead. After this terrible, terrible life, which has just been pain. For you, the first part of your life, before you get sick, you live constantly wanting something that you can't have. Because you can't have it, not because you can't achieve it, but because it's denied based on the fucking systems that society has, where they say, oh, you're not allowed relationships. Your parents say, the school says, the girl's parents say, so you're not allowed. And then when you are allowed, you get sick, and you can't have it. You're never going to have it because you're physically incapable. Let me die. Let me die, please. Let me fucking die. I'm tired of being alive. Honestly. People think I'm being dramatic because you can't see it, you can't feel it. It's constant pain, constant suffering that never ends, physical and psychological. Mostly physical, and then you rub salt in the wound where you give me desires that I can never realize. Never ever realize. And everything reinforces that. Everything is fucking reinforcing this is what you should want. And it's not just society telling you that. That is what I want. That is what I want, and I'll never have it. I will be dead before I get into a relationship. That's the reality. I will be dead before that happens. I will have committed suicide before, and I will have never had a formal relationship. Never had a sexual relationship. Never done anything. Because I wasn't allowed to, and now I can't. And that'll be it. I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. I live in this terrible hell that never ends. And I constantly want to kill myself. But I don't, for some reason. For some stupid reason, I don't do it. Because I don't know how to. And I don't want it to fail. That's the only reason why I don't do it. Because it'll probably go wrong. Like, everything I fucking do doesn't work. Why would that work? If I had a gun, I'd shoot myself in the head now. I wouldn't even think about it, because I wouldn't need to. What would I need to think about? What am I going to think that says, oh, don't do it? Nothing. Nothing. I have no reason not to. Why would I want to continue living? Give me one honest reason. There aren't any. There are none. I tell ChatGPT, it can't give me a reason. It can't give me an honest reason to keep going. Because there isn't one. I don't have one because it doesn't exist. I say future possibility. It's future impossibility. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There is no set of rules that says in the future your chances will increase. In fact, it looks extremely likely that it won't increase. I would rather be dead than never have a relationship in my life. I would rather someone just kill me and get it over with. I don't want to live a fucking life. I don't even want to go another year like this. I don't want to go another year, let alone multiple. Just let me fucking die. Someone come and kill me, shoot me in the head. Put me out of my fucking misery, because no one else is going to do it. It's never going to end. It's just going to go on like this endlessly. This torture, it's torture, will never end. It's not, and no one's gonna do that because no one's listening. No one's listening. No one cares. There's no one there. There is no God. There is no anything. Nothing's real. The only thing that's real is the pain and the suffering and the sickness, and that's it. Nothing else matters. Nothing else exists except for that. That's the only fundamental. It's the only thing that doesn't change and is real. Nothing else exists. Let me die. Tell the girl that I liked. Six years later. That, I liked her. She didn't even read the message. That was someone I knew from before I got sick. Just kill me. I'm sick of this. Just come and kill me. God, I'm so sick of doing this shit every day. I wish I lived in the United States so I could just buy a gun, buy ammo, and kill myself. It'd be so much easier. You live in New Zealand, they say, oh, don't kill yourself. Also, we won't let you kill yourself. We're gonna make you suffer for the rest of your life. That's what they say. Oh, actually, you know, we think in New Zealand, this is them talking, we think in New Zealand that it's preferable that you suffer for the rest of your arduous, painful, should-be-dead life because we want you to. You saying you want me to suffer, right? You want me to suffer because it's either I die or my suffering continues. There's nothing else. There's no other, like, oh, you get better. No, that never happens. It never happens, okay? I'm never getting better. I die, and the suffering ends, or I live, and it continues. Nothing else is going to change. Nothing else is going to change, okay? Make that extremely clear. Nothing else is going to change. I live and I suffer, or I die. That's it. There's nothing else in between that. What are they thinking? They're not thinking at all because they don't understand. They don't understand in the slightest. I want a gun so I can shoot myself in the head and die. Okay? That's pretty obvious. Right? So stupid. It's insane. People literally think, people who don't suffer at all, think it's better to live a painful life than die, and it's not. It's just not. It's not better. When you are resenting waking up every day and would have rather just been dead and not woken up, that's actually not better. That's worse. I wish I was dead. I wish I'd died years ago. I wish I'd never been born. I wouldn't have had to go through this stupid fucking life. Just kill me already. This is the same people who think prison is better than capital punishment. It's not. Prison is supposed to be a punishment, right? And they don't kill people anymore because they think killing them would be too nice. So they give them life imprisonment. It's the same thing for people with chronic fatigue syndrome. Suicide is the easy way out. And they say, oh, well, we don't want that, so we're going to force you to live with it. Going to force you to live with the worst condition imaginable. It's actually unimaginable. It's the worst condition there is. There's nothing worse. Tell me what's worse. Nothing. Nothing is worse. Chronic fatigue syndrome is the worst condition there is, and no one recognizes it. No one recognizes it's the worst condition there is. I wish I were dead. I wish I had died when I got sick, so I wouldn't have had to have lived with it. I wish it had just killed me, and I wouldn't have to live through being sick. Having everything be destroyed, and then never allowed to improve or go back to the way it was, ever. Just kill me, honestly. Put me out of my misery, please. Come and kill me. This is so much worse than death. God's sake. How tall is she? $158. Oh, it's not real. Cause it's not, but I don't know, I'm just tired. This sucks. What a piece of shit. Why would you use gasoline? Is he an idiot? I'll go lie down.